There's nowhere on earth that's quite like Italy. Its breathtaking landscape, fine arts, ancient architecture, and of course, its delicious food are my greatest loves. I've traveled up and down the boot many times over the course of my life, and yes, you can say I have an obsession with my Italian heritage. So much so that I promote all things Italian, especially the food, right here where I live, in Toronto. Born on Lago Maggiore in Bella Italia and raised in Canada, I'm Romina Monaco, and this is Get the Dish. The world's most loved food is pizza. And although it goes back to ancient times, the pizza as we know it today was first made in Naples, Italy in 1889. Raffaele Esposito created the very first pizza in honor of Queen Margherita of Italy, which went on to become the legendary pizza margherita that we know today. A simple peasant dish made of dough, tomato, cheese, and basil, this was enjoyed by Italians from north to south. And almost a century and a half later, 5 billion pizzas are consumed annually around the globe by people of all backgrounds. So why is pizza adored around the world? I'm going to ask Mike Primucci, owner of Mimi Foods. Why is pizza the most loved food in the entire world?
It's all about the dough.
Okay, it's all about the dough.
No.
Anything else?
Yeah. I think the reason why is because you can have pizza every single night and it'll taste differently.
And Mike would know a thing or two about pizza, considering he is the youngest son of Sam Primucci, founder of the renowned Pizza Nova franchise, which got its start in Scarborough, Ontario almost 60 years ago.
My father and his brother started the Pizza Nova business back in 1963. And today, fast forwarding this many years, he's at the helm now, alone. His other brothers are out of the business. So when I was born back in 1969, I was already into the family business. Because people say I was born with a pizza paddle in my hand and things like that. And then I got into the business by the time I would say 12 years old. I can remember going back to the C&E days, the exhibition, the Canadian National Exhibition, saying, we're going to go to work, and we go to the exhibition, we start working. Then I started working in the restaurant. By the time I was 14, 15, dishwasher, busboy, waiter, dispatcher, did everything, delivery driver. I got my first speeding ticket delivering pizzas when I was 16. So everything I know, it's through experience, not through reading a book, a cookbook, or what have you, going to chef school or anything like that. I'm not a chef by trade, but I can whip up a lot of good plates.
His vast experience and an industry need for ready-made dough led Mike and his family to establish Mimi Foods, a Vaughan-based wholesale manufacturing company supplying artistic dough products to a large number of grocery, hospitality, and food service enterprises. And in 2021, the business expanded to include a cash and carry store open to the public. One of my great pleasures is shopping at Mimi Foods, but today it gets even better as I'll be in the kitchen making pizzas with the master.
We're going to be using the Mimi brand dough that we started the business with many years. See, dough is made with yeast, so it's a live product, changes all the time, every second of the day. So there's yeast in there trying to ferment and create the gases and things like that. So if you roll it, you actually destroy all the structure that it's creating during the fermentation and proofing time. Okay. So if you use your hands, you won't kill it.
You're a pizza scientist.
There we go.
Right?
Don't go too much in the middle. Get rid of some of this thickness there. Yeah.
You can't expect me to be like the master pizza
I'm gonna have to
maker
fire
like
you
yourself.
here.
Don't laugh. This is what I do. I take it and I do this.
It's like making a right turn in the car. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you know what happens, Mike? I get little holes.
100%.
It's really upsetting because then what happens is I put it down on the pan and then I'm trying to fill in all the holes.
Of course. Biggest issue you have here is that you're stretching the middle right away. We need to stretch the exterior, so you create a crust basically. So this will become your border of the pizza. And once this gets thin enough, then you can just dab the middle and then continually stretch. To tell a good pizza, and if we want to show everybody, if you look at this now, you see that there's dark spots and thin spots?
Yeah.
So the darker spots are the thicker areas of the dough.
Yes, this is the science
I'm hiding
behind,
our face as well.
This is the science behind pizza dough. Okay.
That's the way we used to check to see how good of a stretcher you are.
We seem to be having a little bit of a problem with the dough. Okay. My dough, not Mike's dough.
Okay, it's getting there. Yeah. Looks.
Why do pizza makers flip the pizza in the air? What is that? Is that
I would say
is that showmanship?
It's
is that
twofold.
just to?
Yeah. Well, one is showmanship, but it's actually when you spin it, it's actually stretching.
Yeah.
Right, because the speed is
Okay.
pushing.
So it's a little bit of both,
the momentum. Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So, if you want to make it a little bit larger, we
you
can
do that?
toss
Yeah.
it. You know, we can spin it, but this is stretching it as well.
Now it's my turn, and I have to say I'm not that good, and I'm a little embarrassed being analyzed so closely by an expert pizza maker like Mike. I'm also full of excuses. You know what? I'm from the north. I'm from the
Yeah,
Alps.
I could tell.
We don't know how to.
I could tell.
No offense to northern pizza makers, but come on, it's not in our DNA.
So now we're going to add our sauce. This is our own pizza sauce that we make here at the Mimi Retail Shop.
So we have the Mimi Foods secret sauce. Oh,
Yeah.
that looks beautiful. Look at the rich color. This is the foundation of pretty much every pizza.
We're going to put cheese.
Yeah, and what kind of cheese is this?
This is a mozzarella mix. Can't tell you what it's mixed with, but yeah, no, it's
Because
a
that's a
mozzarella
secret
mix.
too.
Yeah, no, absolutely, it adds flavor. Well, what we want to do is when the pizza is baked, and
Yes.
it bakes from the bottom up. So as it's going through, if it has too much weight of any products, that's why you don't like to overload a pizza with the ingredients or toppings. It won't allow the dough to rise and bake properly. We kind of like a one finger from the edge to create that crust, because this crust now, with the weight of the sauce and the cheese on the inside, this crust will rise in the oven. Now it's your choice of toppings.
Okay, and that is?
That is pancetta.
Oh, we have to have that. Okay. Pancetta. What is pancetta?
It's meat. It's meat.
It's meat made of pork
I guess.
Fat.
Sure, why not?
and it's just like it's that
It's just
crispy.
delicious. Yeah,
I know it's
that's
the
all-
fat. You know
that's
what
all
it
that
is?
matters.
You know what
Does
it
it
is?
matter
It's
what
the
it is?
fat. It's the fat in the pancetta that
course.
makes it just so tantalizing. Okay, so I love anchovy. Can you do
Me too.
anchovy?
100%. When it goes in the oven, we want the heat to be direct with the vegetables, so it kind of pulls out some of the moisture
Okay.
in the vegetables, so it's not a watery pizza.
I've known Mike many years now, and he's a great friend of my husband Tony and I, so it's not unusual for us to have candid conversations. So how many years of pizza experience do you have?
I'm going to say about almost 40 years.
You didn't make
not
pizza
that
when
young.
you came out of the womb?
Almost.
What about air bubbles? That's
okay.
another big
That's
problem,
okay.
the air bubbles. What do you do?
Well, they're delicious.
But aren't they air?
Yeah.
Now for the big question, and the answer better be good. How would you rate me out of 10?
Out of 10.
Yeah,
I don't know. Where can I start? Where's the start?
I think it's 0.
From
1?
from 0? Okay.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Actually doing well.
After some fun and games, Mike and I are ready to really dig in. Okay, so this is our first pizza.
This is the first pizza.
Now, did you make this pizza or did I make this pizza? I think I made this pizza because of
that?
all the air.
Because of the air.
All the air, and I can't wait to try that air. It looks so good. Okay, guys, we're gonna be eating pizza
Absolutely.
made by Mike Primucci, master pizza maker, and myself. I'll try this one.
I'm gonna try one as well.
I love anchovies. I love that flavor.
With the inside. That's a perfectly proof dough with the air bubbles inside.
I am in heaven. It is so like the texture. It's perfect, Mike.
Favorite pizza? Probably this. My go-to pizza. If I can't think of anything, pepperoni anchovies.
There you go.
The Italian heritage, I think, brought me or gave me the basics of what things should taste like and what products to use, say like simple ingredients and things like that. Like, everybody knows, right? The simplest is the best typically in the end. Being brought up in the restaurant and, inside a kitchen, basically, you're always testing and creating.
After my day with Mike, I've learned that the secret to making a good pizza is to start with a solid foundation and a great quality dough. The rest you can leave up to your imagination and let the toppings drop where they may. Buon appetito! I'm Romina Monaco, and this was Get the Dish.